Welcome to the Pirate Handyman, where we teach you how to become more self-sufficient and save some coin for your treasure chest. If you dig what we're doing, join our crew. Hit that subscription button down below, and if you hit that ship's notification bell, you'll be notified every time a new tip comes out. So what we're going to do today is we've got a shower valve that is sticky. It's about 15 years old, and if you look here, you can see there are two knobs actually. This turns on the water, and this one turns it from hot to cold. And it's gotten a bit sticky. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can clean it. And that's the first thing we want to try to do, because we don't want to have to buy a new one. But if you do have to buy a new one, this is also the same way you would replace it. So let's get to work. The first thing you want to do is you want to shut off the water to your house. You should have a main shutoff valve. It should be on the outside of the house. Sometimes it's in an exterior wall, but you want to do that unless you happen to have a plate down below where you can get to like a sink shutoff valve. So once you do that, actually before you do that, you need to fill up a bucket with warm water, and we'll show you why in a minute. So we've got the water off. So first thing we're going to do is take this screw out. Now you want to put your foot over the drain. The reason you want to do that is if you do like I do and drop the screw, it won't go down the drain. So we pull this off. Now on the interior one, you'll see that there is another screw. This is just a tightening screw. So we don't need to take it all the way out, but we are going to loosen it enough that we can just pull it off. Now we're going to take our crescent wrench and we're going to take this out. And you can see there's been a lot of buildup on here. And the water's just running out. Should have worn my pole shoes.
Fix your papa pirate.
Now you'll see there's a little screw right here that we want to get out of there. So we loosen the plate, pull it off. I want to go ahead and clean up the knobs. You can see here that there's a lot of sediment that has built up, and if you're in a hard water area like we are, this is probably minerals like lime and things like that. So what I'm going to do is just spray it on the surfaces where there's this kind of stuff. Do it over my bucket. Then I'm going to just set it over to the side, do the other knob. And let those set. Take this off. And as you can see, I had tried to use the spanner wrench or the crescent wrench to pull this out, and this whole unit's coming off. So we'll go ahead and take this off, and you can see down inside there is where we need to be, because we want to see why this is holding up. So we're going to go out, and I'm going to spray some WD-40 around here and let it set for about 15-20 minutes. See if we can get that loosened up. So this came out of here, and we can see the culprit. There's all kinds of lime deposit in here, and it's what's binding on here. So I've sprayed it with the lime away. Now I'm just going to take a pocket knife, and you can hear it coming off. And that is definitely enough to cause this to bind up. So just get it all scraped out here. Right down to where I can see the brass. Now I'm going to take my old toothbrush. Go ahead and brush this out. If I had a little wire brush here, that would really work well. Feel around in here and make sure there's nothing more. There is a little bit, so better to have to go in and do it twice right now than put it all back together and have to take it apart again. Which is okay if you have to do that. You'll only do it once, then you'll learn. Now you can see we've got all the deposits out of there. So I'm going to take this and just wipe it off. You can still feel it's pretty smooth. So I simply insert this back in. And now you can see it's moving a lot better. So we just push this back in. Feel our threads getting in there. You want to make sure we don't cross thread this. It's going easy, so it hasn't been cross threaded. Tighten her up. Now, since these are brass fittings, we want to make sure we don't over tighten and strip the threads. So once it gets tight, maybe go another quarter to half a turn, and that should be fine. So now, let's go clean the knobs. All right, so we've had this sitting in the lime solution. Remember, dirt is your enemy. We say this in just about every video. That's what'll gum stuff up. You know, besides making it look nice, there's also a practical reason you want to keep this stuff clean, because that way it doesn't interfere with the workings. And not only that, but it also can wear stuff out a lot quicker. Now look at how nice and clean this thing is compared to what it was. We'll do the same with the, whether it's turn it to the hot water or the cold water. I probably should mention, this is not my everyday toothbrush. You don't want to use this on your teeth after doing this, because the Lime Away will take all the enamel off your teeth and anyway, you'll be sad. So we'll get both surfaces here. As you can see, very clean. Now, just by cleaning this out, we saved ourselves, anywhere from $40 to $150 on having to get a new unit, and that's if you do it yourself. This thing on there, remember we've got this little screw. I'm going to put it all the way on the bottom. And you just want to get this tight enough that this doesn't move. Next, we put on whether it's hot water or cold water. Remember, we've got the little screw in there that's the stop. Put that in. Then finally, just get it snug. And now look at how much easier this works. And that's an easy trick, just to go ahead and, take 20 minutes, an hour, with the soaking and all of that, just to get that all cleaned out. Now we don't have to replace it. And we checked, there's no leaks after we turned the water back on. Thanks for joining us here on the Pirate Handyman, where we teach you how to become self-sufficient and save coin for your treasure chest. Don't forget, join our crew, hit that subscription button down below. And if you hit the ship's bell, you'll be notified every time a new tip comes up. Here's to smooth sailing.